Hey, fellow. We're an honest lot.
God be with you. Are you a blacksmith?
And you? Gentleman's manservant, I reckon.
You deserve a clobbering for how poor a judge of people you are.
Be my guest. I'm Yira. Hard as nails and happy to flatten you any time of the day. Careful, though. I don't like blades.
Glad to hear that. From one blacksmith to another.
Oh, sorry, brother. I didn't take you for someone who could swing a hammer.
I love smithying, but I have a lord I must serve. What are you doing here? Where's your anvil?
Our forge has gone undone for. And these folk around me lost all they had, too.
So war, eh? It's a shitty thing.
Aye, well, that's just the way it is. By God's grace, I still have 2 hands, and I can always find work. I could do with a bit of coin right now. Fancy having a wrestle? For money?
All right, let's wrestle. Because I'm quite sure I'm the better fighter.
Great. I wouldn't be so cocky if I was you, though. I know a few tricks. I'll be done with you in no time. And because I'm so confident, I say we spice it up with a few groschen. What do you say?
Definitely.
Let's do this.
Should eat something.
You're holding it like a... Jesus, I'm hit! Sakura, keep going! You're holding it like a pig holds a bone! You're holding it like a pig holds a bone! Christ! You've got some energy! Sakura, you were good. Not even old Larcher's moves were any use. Well, anyway, Henry, here's your coin.
You put up a decent fight, Yira. I'll remember that levering trick. I need something to eat. Wait, that's my Pebbles. My girl. I thought they killed you down by that pond.
Yeah, maybe not. What can I do for you?
That grey horse you have grazing here is mine.
What do you mean, yours? I bought it fair and square. I admit, it was only for a few groschen from some suspicious lad who found it down by the Rock Tower Pond, but that horse is not branded, so it belongs to me now.
She's my horse. I rode in on her from Ratai, in the retinue that was attacked down by the pond.
Right. You happen to need a new horse, and this one just happens to be the one you already own. Does it have your brand? It does not. So you are out of luck.
Who sold her to you?
I told you already. Some young lad. He wasn't from here.
What did he look like? Where'd he go?
You're a bit hasty, eh? He had black hair and a big beard. And he looked like he'd been sleeping in the woods. And his breath smelled like hell. But I couldn't tell you where he was headed.
Look, you know they attacked an entourage by that pond, right?
I heard about it. That news spread through the land like wildfire.
And the one who sold it to you told you he found it by the pond, right?
Well, he did, aye.
So it's not entirely impossible she belonged to me.
Maybe not impossible, but I paid for her.
Aye, but just a few groschen. You said so yourself. Wouldn't you rather be in the good graces of someone who might have been part of that expedition?
Maybe so. All right, I'll give it to you. But you owe me one. Go and get her then. If she remembers you, she might even come when you whistle for her. Safe travels. What are you whistling for?
Have you already taken care of your band?
Don't you start with that too.
So you didn't.
After you attacked me in Apollonia. I'm so battered I can hardly wipe my own arse. Old man Samin will just have to be a bit more patient.
No, you wouldn't be making excuses by any chance.
And why would I do that, you genius?
So you don't have to go up against your own. You're protecting them.
Pfft, you think I regard them as my people? That's putting it strongly.
I expect so. I don't think honor and loyalty mean much to you.
Look, lad, that's just the way it goes between us bandits. It might seem dishonorable and low to you, believe me, but they'll never—
What'll happen?
Well, why, these are— What do you think?
I think not.
Well, if you change your mind, you know where to— Yeah.
I'll help you then.
You will?
Yeah, I'll help.
So listen up. From what I've heard, there's another 4 of those scum roaming the countryside. I'd bet my boots that a few more will hitch up with them in time, so it won't be easy. You can start with Canker.
Canker? Interesting name. Why is he called that?
He already had that name when he joined us. I reckon they started calling him that on account of how he's rotten to the core.
Said the pot about the kettle.
Hey, don't be cheeky, youngster.
Where can I find him?
I don't know. I only know that he and his band were ambushing travelers on the road from Troskovitz to the Nabarkov mill.
So how do you want to find him then?
Easy. I'd wait for him to find me. With a little luck, he'll ambush you in one of those places too. Or one of his people will.
That doesn't sound too safe.
What did you expect? That I'd search the whole forest for him? Go ahead and try and find him that way if you like. But I think you're more likely to roll straight 6s and dice.
Again, how did you say I'll find him?
Either you search this entire ravine above the Nabarkov mill, or you let them ambush you there. Either Kanka will do it himself, or his people will.
What do you know about Canker?
Well, he likes to disguise himself as a monk and ambush travelers. He looks convincing in a robe, but otherwise he's an awful heathen. Always drunk, just like the rest of his band.
That could be useful.
Definitely, if you get lucky.
What do you know about his band?
Not much. We've never seen them all together, so I can't even tell you how many of them there are. But there won't be many. Kanker has never dared tackle anything too big. Usually just some poor souls on their travels.
That's enough for me.
Well, good luck, lad. Oh, and I almost forgot. When you're done, bring me Kanker's mace. As proof.
I'll think about it. What the fuck is this book?
Hey, lad! What do you want? Come here.
I'm not going anywhere. Make me.
You're a dead man! No chance! Enough! Leave me be! Let me live!
Give me everything you have, and I'll let you go.
All right, easy now. Just let me go, and I'll give you everything. That's all I have. Now let me go.
Oh, there's something lying over there. I hope it's not Mutt.
I'm not getting myself killed.
A nice bit of venison. And something took a good bite of it. Could Mutt have been here? Dead. And robbed of everything, just like Capon left him. And there's no trace of Mutt. Mutt's nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen him.
Will you help an old woman, young man?
First, I have to have something to pay back. Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any dogs around.
Oh, sucker. Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
If I were a dog, I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Samine these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks. I'm looking for Marika, and I heard you know her.
I do. I know her quite well, in fact. But what do you want from her?
She's lost, and I'm trying to find her.
Henry, I think you'd best leave her alone.
Why? If she's in danger, I can help her.
Marika was here with her lover, but he was in rough shape. Blood everywhere.
What? Her lover? What happened?
Aye, with Bohush from Samine. Poor girl. She was terribly afraid of something. I begged them to stay here, said they were in no danger here. But nothing came of it. I went to pick some herbs, and when I came back, they were gone.
Do you know who she was so afraid of?
Everyone, as far as I know. Her own family and the people of Samine.
How come?
Most didn't approve of her relationship with Bohush. Both families took it as an affront to their honor. But that's all I know.
Do you know what happened to them?
Sadly, I don't. Marika was terrified. She didn't want to talk about it at all. And then they were gone.
Do you have any idea where they might have gone?
Marika told me a few times about a cave chamber in Apollonia, but I've never been there myself.
In Apollonia? That's a long way to go.
At least you can see how scared she was to stay here. I fixed Bohush up the best I could. I hope they made it.
Do you know where exactly it is?
I do. You start from Trotsky and go in the direction where the woodcutters cleared the biggest gap in the forest. The entrance should be somewhere on the right side of the valley. There should be one little rock wedged between two big ones. I remember that because Marika told me that she sometimes feels just as small, like she's stuck between two big worlds.
Thank you. I'll try to find her there.
Well, that's all I know about her, lad.
All right. Thanks for your help. Has something happened?
My daughter, Pavlena. Remember her? She was here when I was healing you two.
I remember. What's wrong with her?
She's missing. It's not like her to be wandering around like that. She goes to Troskovitz to sell baskets, but she knows I can't manage on my own, so she never stays away for long. These old eyes of mine can't see nothing much. Pavlena has to take care of me. She's a good girl, that lass of mine. I'm very worried about her. You understand? What if something's happened to her? God forbid. I can't look for her myself, but you could. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I've no one else to turn to.
Do you think anyone might want to hurt Pavlena?
These are evil times, Henry. I dread to think what could happen to a young girl alone on the road. And besides, the folk in Troskovitz ain't too fond of us.
What have the Troskovitz people got against you? Did something happen?
I'd rather not talk about it, Henry. I wouldn't want you to get the wrong impression about us.
But what if her disappearance is connected with it? Tell me about it, good wife.
Well, we haven't always lived here in the rocks, you know. We're from Troskovitz originally.
Right. And how come you left?
Left? They threw us out. A childbirth went awry, and we were driven away by all the lies told about us.
Went awry? What happened?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm sure the good folk of Troskovitz will be only too keen to tell you.
Where exactly was Pavlena going?
To Troskovitz. She was taking wicker baskets. She sells them there and uses the coin to buy what we need. Sometimes it takes her a while, but this time she said she'd be right back. I have a bad feeling about this.
All right, good wife. I'll try to find Pavlena for you.
Thank you, Henry. Like I said, she was heading for Troskovitz. You should start looking there.
All right. I'll ask around there for her.
And maybe you could look in her room in the loft. My old legs ain't up to climbing stairs, but you might find some clues there.
So, Pavlena, what have you left for me? Clothes. If she planned to run away, she'd have taken them with her. Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Pavlena wear it? Or did someone leave it here? She's got unfinished work here. Like she got up and went straight out. I had a look in Pavlena's place in the loft.
And? Did you find anything?
I found a cap there. A man's cap. I don't suppose Pavlena would wear something like that.
You're saying she had some young man here? I'd surely have noticed.
I don't know, good wife. I'm just saying what I found.
Could she have found herself a beau in Troskovitz?
She's got unfinished work there. She weaves baskets.
Aye, she usually has a few on the go, but she took them to the market in Troskovitz. We've got nothing here but what we make ourselves, or find in the woods. Pavlena weaves baskets very nicely. Folk buy them from her.
She didn't pack up her stuff. I don't think she was planning to be gone for long.
I told you, didn't I? Pavlena wouldn't run off.
What can I do for you?
My dog got lost not far from here. Did you see him by any chance?
I haven't seen any dogs round here for a while, but I hear there's wolves in the forest causing problems. Just the other day, a shepherd boy from Kopanina complained that his sheep were being eaten by the flea-ridden beasts.
Where can I find this shepherd?
Siegfried? He has a hut at Kopanina. It's just below the castle, on the back slope of the hill.
And you haven't heard anything else about wild dogs?
Here, in the tavern? No. But there was a fella here who gets by doing a bit of poaching. He said once he was hunting when, right in front of him, a large pack attacked a deer. A mix of wolves and dogs, he said. That's not something you see every day.
Do you know where that was?
How would I know where he goes hunting? But I'd say it was in the forest.
Excuse me,
Let me guess. A dirty ruffian who ain't got a groschen to his name but acts like he owns the bloody place.
he was here then?
Aye, he was. He was larging it up, good and proper, and then he found some lads who paid his bill, unfortunately.
What do you mean by that? Why unfortunately?
Because they're right ruffians who are always up to no good. But still, birds of a feather, eh? In the end, they left like best pals, but got no idea where they went. I hope you'll be satisfied.
Since you're always walking around the ponds here, did you notice a stray dog wandering about?
What? A dog? Do you think he came here to poach fish? Now, sheep? Well, that would be another story.
And why did you specifically mention sheep?
A while back, I heard Siegfried the shepherd complaining about them. Or about the gamekeeper. Or both. Why didn't you go and ask him yourself?
Where will I find that shepherd?
Siegfried, he lives with his sheep not far from here. On the other side of the water, up on the hill, towards the castle.
Thanks. I'll try and ask him. Otherwise, you haven't heard any talk of stray dogs around here, have you?
No, if it doesn't have fins and scales, I'm not interested in it. Though one night I was way down on the southern end of Rock Tower Pond, the big one, I've a spot there where I catch catfish. Well, I'm fishing, and all of a sudden I hear howling. Not just any old howling, mind you. There must have been at least 50 of them howling in the woods. A noise like an avalanche. I ran straight home and haven't been back there since.
Such a large pack. Really need to eat something. I hear you have some problems with wolves.
You can say that again. Those fucking mangy beasts are eating my sheep. They take them like they were for sale at the market.
Did you notice an ordinary mutt amongst those wolves?
You know, there might have been. I didn't get a close look at them, but one seemed to be smaller and was a strange colour.
That could have been Mutt.
If I understand you, you're looking for your dog and think he might be with those wolves, right?
That's right. I'll have to find that pack to see if it's him.
I'll say, since you're already going after that pack, would you mind doing a good deed? If you kill those furry fuckers, there'll be a reward in it for you.
Why not? I can kill two birds with the one stone.
That's great. It'll be well worth your while.
I hope so. Where can I find that wolf pack?
I was grazing my sheep up on the slope last time, by the forked birch, and those monsters learned to go there. I don't take my sheep there anymore, but those fuckers still go sniffing around over there.
So we'll bring your flock up there again and wait and see if they come.
Are you fucking mad? I don't want to lose any more sheep. I think you just need some bait.
Not even one single sheep. I promise I'll look after it.
Well, I could lend you Ignatius. He's the stupidest ram I've ever seen. Or the brightest. Depends on how you look at it.
What do you mean? Can he do somersaults? Does he know how to count?
That'll be all I need. The only thing that little devil knows how to do is piss me off. When I want him to move, he sits still. When I want him to sit still, he fucks off to where I can't find him.
I know people like that.
Right. But you can tell a person to fuck off. But when it's a sheep, you're wasting your breath. And on top of that, you have to take good care of him.
So I'll take Ignatius and use him as bait?
Right. But he's so stupid he's smart.
All right. I'll take Ignatius and go and have a look around that forked birch. Will he come with me, or will I have to lead him up somehow?
That bugger will follow you himself. Just wave a carrot in front of his face. He's mad for carrots. I can't even count the times he's rammed his way into my house to get some. I happen to have one here. If you take it with you, he'll follow you around like a loyal dog. When you get to the pasture, just throw the carrot and then go and hide. Ignatius will stay there.
Where can I hide there?
There's a thicket across the road. But don't worry, if the wolves go after the sheep, they won't notice you. But you'll hear them from far away as they get closer. I don't know anything more horrifying than the sound of their damned howling. Take care.
How are you, Ignatius? Sorry. I thought now that we're partners, you'd be a bit more talkative. Forked birch. I think I've found the spot. Well, Ignatius, I'll put your snack right here. Now, come and eat it up. Once you see a wolf, just out loud, and then run away. All right? I'll be hiding in the bushes, and we'll jump out to save you in time. Heel. Lie down. Right. You won't do anything without a carrot. I'm back because of those wolves of yours.
Ah, I'm glad to see you alive and healthy. How did it go?
You don't need to worry about them anymore.
You don't say. What a relief it is to hear that. Here's something for your help, just like I promised.
I didn't find my dog among them.
Did you try to ask our gamekeeper? He might be a drunk, but he'd probably notice a stray dog in the woods. He doesn't live far away. Down the hill here along the road. Right on the rock above the pond.
I wanted to tell you something about Ignatius.
Did something happen to him?
How should I put this? The wolves were faster.
Poor creature. I thought I'd be glad to get rid of him, but... Actually, I feel sorry for him. Did he suffer much?
It was quick. The wolf jumped, and it was all over.
At least it was fast.
Farewell, my friend.